Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Shemi Awashai. All right, we the sons of Thunder Israelites. It's a heart's prayer and desire that all Israel be saved. I'm your brother Judah.
Brother Jonathan.
I'm Brother Boaz.
All right, you already know what it is, man. Like the video when you enter the building, Baba Gashai. Like the video when you enter the building. We're going to have another discussion. We want y'all to be in on the discussion. Don't be sitting there silent. You got an opinion. We know you do. All right? You got an opinion. We'll drop a link in the chat a little bit later. We're going to go over a little bit, a couple of things. All right, today's class is Celebrity Supporting Kyrie, Hypocrites, and More. All right? So we're going to throw a link in the chat, get y'all opinion on what y'all think about what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You got a precept, you can bring it out. You know what I'm saying? All of that. Make sure you subscribe to this channel as well as Sons of Thunder, North Carolina, San Francisco, and Alabama. All right? And, feel free to donate to the camp, man. It costs a lot of money to do what we do. Even this social media platform that we're on right now costs money. You know what I'm saying? So if you decide to do it through PayPal or you decide to do it through the Super Chat or Cash App, we appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? We definitely appreciate your support and your donations, all right? So we're going to get into some things. I got one more thing I need to set up in the background. Brother Jonathan, you want to shout out some people while we get stuff together?
Khan. Hey, Shalom, family, Shalom. Once again, all praises to the Most High, man. Back out here on another Thursday night. All right. Always want to give a shout out to Joanne Gilchrist. She on all the classes. Shalom, sis. Hope you're doing well in the spirit. SOT Knock, Soldier Kevon, Rachel Hinkle Gray. And look what she said. She said the minister's picture is on there. We're going to go into that, man. The minister dropped something this week. Matter of fact, I believe it was earlier this morning. It might have been late last night. But he dropped something interesting. We're going to go into it. All right. Soldier Kahari, Shalom, out, Shalom. Captain Yahweh out there in the Bay Area, man. Shalom. All right. SOT Kazak, John Allen, Sakor, T. Sellers, Azaniah, Shalom, sis. All right. Abayanam, Miss Yah Saves, Yuri Ban Tazayawan. All right. Shalom. Soldier Kadar Aran. All right. Yediah. Y'all were all Shalom out. Shalom. Hey, mighty lesson on Tuesday. Mighty lesson. SOT Soldier Warrior Mayaka Allah. Shalom. All right. Soldier Holy. Soldier Yaniv. The Issacharite. Shalom. All right. Malak Yawasab. Shalom, King. Shalom. Vanessa Whitson. BCG, right? Soldier James out here. Yawasab, Shalom. Hey, we still got to link up. You got to forgive me. I'm bad with it. The brother Boaz will tell you, man. The brother Boaz will tell you. All right. SOT Shemaiah, Aisha Thompson, Salakia, Marka Judah, DTA Twan. All right. Lee Na'ava. I hope I'm saying that right. SOT Sanctuary. All right. Urban Israel. Jimmy Tillman. All right. I don't even know how to say this. M-Air 2X. I don't even. Hey, I hope I'm getting that right. And Isaiah. All right. So Shalom. Hey, we're going to go in, man. Right. We want y'all to join this discussion because the thing about this is it's never going to get old. It's never going to get old but we got to handle it with care as well. All right. Bernard Martinez. Okay. And the brother Boaz is on the screen. But, it's never going to get old, man. We got to handle it with care because some of these people may be coming into the truth. So we do want to watch the way we discuss some of these people. But at the same time, some of these people ain't coming into the truth, man. They digging their hole deeper and deeper. I hate to say it, the Charles Barkleys of the world, they digging their hole deeper and deeper, man. You can almost throw the brothers away, man. Right? The Lord did say it was going to be a 2/3. Let's get that real quick. Let's get Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8 real quick while we're waiting on Brother Judah. Because some of these people we're gonna have to know that. Like somebody got to be the 2/3. All right. Hey, you're on mute.
I got you.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 13 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die.
See that? Come on, keep going.
But the 3rd shall be left therein. And I will bring the 3rd part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried.
Hey, this is a precept we could almost bring out every single week at this point, because not only is the Lord separating the rebels from the rest of the community, but the people that he chooses to hold on to, they got to get ran through the fire, man. Me and the family was talking about this last Sabbath, right before I left to go to camp. And you got to think about it like this. You've been asked to live your life as a living sacrifice. Well, what happens to a sacrifice? Sacrifice got to hit that fire, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to be a living sacrifice, you got to go through the process of being a sacrifice. Like that's what you signed up for. Think about Hamashiach Yahushua. He was the sacrifice, but he knew what time it was. He knew he had to go to the grave over this. So we got to come with that same spirit. All right. You still good, Judah?
Yeah, man, I'm good. I'm
just filling in the gaps. You can just stop me whenever you need to.
Yeah, go ahead. Cause I got some stuff, man. We gotta be, I'm gonna have to be quick with these videos, but I got some stuff. Just give me 2 more seconds.
Hey, that's right. Malak Yawasab said it right, man. We never know. Hey, that's the thing too. Like some of us would be talking about the 2/3, like I'm not in that number. It's a possibility I could be in that number as well.
Okay.
Right? So most high willing, I stay fervent in the spirit, and I keep going hard until the end. But anybody could be a part of that number, man. We post a sign and cry for the abominations done therein. So hey, look, we was on that Clubhouse earlier, right? I'm gonna just fill in the gaps while we're waiting on Judah. But we was on that Clubhouse earlier. Adawan was talking to this Jewish guy, and the dude said, I ain't never seen Hebrews the Negroes, but I read the ADL's article, and I believe that that's a credible source. So I'm going to believe what the ADL says about the film. And a lot of our people took, even when we go into these celebrities we get ready to break down right now, a lot of them took that same position, didn't they? Oh, I ain't never seen the film, but Kyrie need to be suspended. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That don't make no sense. Right? Yahweh said it take a lot of nerve. That don't make no sense at all. I ain't see the film, but you should lose your job or you should be suspended because of what's in the film, allegedly.
Salakia, I watched it. And the funny part is I watched it when it came out.
Right.
In 2018. My sister, she recently watched it and she called me like, yeah, so a lot of the accusations that they made about this video, like, he really didn't go in depth like that. Yeah. He just used archaeological, biological, and other things to be able to validate that the Israelites were from Black African American descent and so forth.
Right.
And as far as like the whole Holocaust thing, he's like, he ain't really go into that deep. Right. He did refer to the Jewish people that's over there as what they call themselves, like Ashkenazi. Or Sephardic Jews.
Correct.
Like, but it wasn't like super condemning them real hard, like brothers doing the street. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. And Yahweh would have brought that out on Clubhouse as well. It wasn't even like, look, some of the things he brought out was things that their scholars said. Right? Some of the things he brought out was things that Shlomo San had already wrote about. Things that Arthur Kessler had already wrote about.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, but the thing is, you can't call them anti-Semitic. So what you do is anybody who uses or sources their material, I can call you anti-Semitic. You see how they do that? So it's funny, man. It's funny. Our people are quick to defend the nations that hate us. We quick to defend anybody but each other. Yeah, and we gotta, as Israel, we gotta do a better job, right? I'm speaking to the Israelites, the practicing Israelites right now. We have to do a better job of not slandering and down talking our people, man. We have to keep that in house. The so-called Jewish man not doing that. he not getting on TV and saying that Mark Zuckerberg is an idiot and damn Jeff Bezos is an idiot. He not doing it. It's gonna be a private phone call. They might have, you know what I'm saying? They might do it over some challah bread, something like that. You know how they be eating the funny bread. They might do it over something like that, but they not going to do it on public platforms. We got to do better.
Salakia, can I bring this precept out going to that point?
I'll read it for you. What you got?
It's 1 John 4:20. Because like the brother said, we gotta do better with one another. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta rock with the next person's beliefs, but at the same time, that's your brother.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You can't bring that out, Adawan?
Yeah, I got you right here. This is the book of 1 John chapter 4:20. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar.
Right.
For he that loveth not his brother whom he have seen, how can he love God who he have not seen?
Right. And you see this brother play ball. You see Kyrie Irving play ball. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the most interesting thing about his what he said in the video, right? He said, I'm for my people. Like, why ain't y'all rocking with that?
Right.
Y'all sit back here and scream, oh, he posted Hebrews to Negroes. You know what I'm saying? This is anti-Semitic type of behavior and everything like that. But he said, I'm for my people. You could be like, I don't really agree with that, but I do agree with what he said because he for us.
Hey, that's right.
But that's really, y'all like this, man. Y'all hate y'all brother.
And this actually goes to prove that the Israelite community is more united than you really think it is.
Right.
A lot of us sit back and say, oh man, you know, the Israelite community, we got so many divisions, so many different camps, so many different sects. But really, when things like this happen, we all come together, man.
Okay.
Right? Things like this happen, we all stand together and we like, yo, I understand Kyrie don't got the full picture. He still need to be taught.
Okay.
Kanye don't have the full picture. He still need to be taught X, Y, and Z. But you know what? I'm going to stand with my brother, man.
Right.
And that's the spirit I love to see, man.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Man, I was trying to find this reel I seen earlier, but I be so caught up in what was said. I be so mad. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even put it in the chat for us to bring out. It's okay. All right. It's okay. All right. But before we get into these videos, the brother Brian Christian Grit said you got a precept, Romans 12:10. Bring that out for the brother. Real quick.
I got you right here. This is the book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 10. This is an excellent precept, by the way. All right. Book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 10. It says, be kindly affectioned one to another with brotherly love, in honor, preferring one another. Hey, and the reason that's an excellent precept is because we have to prefer one another, man. We have to, it has to be our goal. Yo, I'm gonna do something for my people today, man. I'm a, you know what I'm saying? This, honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you. And I've said this on a class before. What motivates me is, number one, fear of the Most High. Number two, knowing that I am doing something that's meaningful for my community. Right? I'm doing something that's making a difference. It may not be big. It may not be the biggest difference, but it's making a positive difference for my community. We have to prefer one another.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. All right. Hey, man. And yo, sometimes we go on them streets, we only talk to one person. We legit last week talked to one guy.
The entire camp.
Whole time. But it was the greatest build.
That's right.
It was the greatest build. And you know how you know that the Most High was working? Because we had an Edomite to keep coming past us going, boo. He didn't know what we were saying. He was just, boo, want to get in our face and all that. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get us out the spirit. You know what I'm saying? You know. But, hey, you know, it is what it is. That's how you know the Most High is working, right?
That's
now,
right.
Let's start at the beginning. Because first of all, there was something that it's excellent timing. Excellent timing. I forgot to bring this video. I'm going to start right here, right? Excellent timing. Now, what is Kanye right? What did he get in trouble for? Right?
Okay.
He got in trouble for saying that he was a Jew. He didn't even go as far to say those are the fake Jews. He said we are Jews too. Right?
Correct. He did say that. Yep.
Right? Now watch what happened. Watch what happened. I'm just gonna go to the reel really quick. Give me 1 second, and I'm gonna bring this up on.
You're on mute.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want it to put playing. So watch this. Perfect timing. Now, Kanye says we're the Jews too. Kyrie posts a screenshot of a film that says Hebrews to Negroes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they suspend Kyrie, but during his suspension, guess what happens? This. Watch this. Let me know if you can hear it in the chat.
In this one, they're down by 24 points. What's happening? This is the professional debut for Ryan Terrell. He's trying to be the first ever Orthodox Jew to play in the NBA. He's got the branded yarmulke to do it.
Is this not perfect timing?
Yeah.
This is a coincidence.
Yeah, that's what that is.
The word is getting out that the Black, Hispanic, and the Native American are the Jews. Most of the Black, right? And they've been blackballing people, right? Kanye got all his money taken out of his account, gave back to him like, here, you can't bank here. You know what I'm saying? Dropped from Adidas, dropped from a couple of different things, being blackballed, right? The only shows that he has right now are at HBCU homecomings, right? And maybe a couple other places, right? Kyrie, 5-game suspension, and he got to do 175 things before he comes back to play, right? And we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. But in the meantime, look at this.
And a large contingent in this crowd are happy to see him in. This guy can ball too. Amongst all levels of collegiate basketball last year, he led the country in scoring.
He looked like he can't really ball. He's never making it to the NBA.
Brother Nayam said, I know they lost that game too.
Yeah.
That's why he got to play. They put the trash minutes on the floor.
Right, like if he was good, why is he making his debut and everybody clapping? He's supposed to be a starter.
But you know what's funny is you always hear about players bubbling before they hit the NBA. Like when Lonzo Ball, you saw the Lonzo Ball mixtapes before he was in the NBA. You saw you know what I'm saying? You saw the LaMelo Ball mixtapes before he hit the. You saw Zion before he hit the NBA.
We was watching LeBron in high school.
Where his mixtape at? I want to see it.
Right.
I want to see his mixtape.
I just want to know how he doing on that moving and the yarmulke staying on his head though.
Got Bobby pins in that joint. Right?
No, that's a
right?
fact.
So this is what's funny. This is what's funny. If you look in the thumbnail, you see that I got a picture of this dude, right? So I'm gonna find a picture. Look what's on his chest. His name is Ryan Terrell. What kind of last name is that? Right? Ryan Terrell. I'm going to show you this Edomite. I'm gonna share this tab instead. I'm gonna let y'all see it. This is who he was playing for. Who, bro? I was telling a Jewish dude who got mad at me earlier, bro. The Bible says that the Jews are the salt of the earth. If this ain't mayonnaise, I don't know what is.
It's the scientific opposite of salt.
Right. It's mayonnaise. Right?
One more say he got a sew in.
Sew in yarmulke. Now check this out now.
God.
Check this out. He's supposed to be the best player on the team from the university that he played for. Yeshiva University is a Jewish school, so of course you're gonna be the best player.
Yeshiva.
Right? Yeshiva University, and the name of the team was the Maccabees.
Oh,
I hate that so much. I hate that so much.
I give them a nod for that. You know, they tried it.
I hate that so much, right?
They tried it.
Now, he make it to the NBA and Kyrie cross him up. That's going to be an anti-Semitic crossover, and he's going
to it's going to be an anti-Semitic crossover.
I'm telling you, man.
Like, come on, right? So
the play.
So when the real Jews stand up and say, "We the Jews," right? And now it's getting far and wide. We the Jews. They suspend the Jew that's in the NBA, and they bring up a guy to the D League. Right? Cool. So we're gonna spend just a little bit of time going through the history real quick. Then we're gonna get into some things, some of these videos. Let's go to Genesis chapter 25.
Let's get it.
Let's go to verse 20.
Genesis 25. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 25, and verse 20. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Padanaram, the sister to Laban, the Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived.
So Isaac went to the Lord because him and his wife couldn't have no children. She was barren, and the Most High heard his prayer, right? So boom, now she's pregnant. Go ahead.
And the children struggled together within her, and she said, "If it be so, why am I thus?" And she went to inquire of the Lord. Read on. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
It's 2 different people in your womb. These are 2 different nations of people.
That's right.
2 different nations of people in the womb, right?
Right. And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
So from the beginning, we was never meant to like each other. From the beginning.
Right.
Right? These 2 nations will never get along. Go ahead.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people. And
so one of these kids, because look, these are two nations. These are progenitors of 2 different nations. One nation is going to be stronger than the other. Hey, Kadal Haran, that's what I was saying. Jew Swish, you stupid, right? But that's what I was saying. Like, that's disrespectful to the Maccabees, man. Right? But whatever, right? So one of the nations was going to be strong. The other nations was going to be weaker than that other nation. Go ahead.
And the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment. And they called his name Esau.
So one is red and hairy. Now I'm doing this. So let's get into the characteristics real quick. One is stronger than the other. If we aren't Jacob and y'all aren't Esau, or if y'all are Jacob, let's just say that. If y'all are Jacob, why is 70% of the NFL us? And y'all don't make it. All the sports, we take over that. Y'all can't make it because y'all are weaker, right? That's just characteristic of Jacob. He's going to be stronger, right? That was one of the characteristics. And one of the characteristics of Esau, he's going to be red and hairy. Now, come on. Now, you leave a white man out in the sun too long. You know what's going to happen, right? Keep going.
And they call his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents.
Here goes another characteristic. Esau liked to hunt. Esau likes to hunt. Jacob likes to chill in the crib. Now, bro, come on. These are 2 characteristics of 2 different people.
That's right.
two characteristics of two different people. All right. Now let's go to Genesis 27. Let's go to Genesis 27. Right? I think that's where I want to go. Let me see real quick.
Talking about the blessings. Yep.
Yeah, we can go there. We can go there quickly. All right.
All right. Let me hit verse 29 for you.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, because I want to get Esau's blessing for sure.
Yeah, con. So this is the book of. Yeah, let me jump down to 39. My fault. So This is the book of Genesis, chapter 27 and verse 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and the dew of the heaven from above.
Mm-hmm.
And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, Salakia, so just to jump in there, right here, the spiritual blessing that was given to Esau, after Jacob had already gotten the blessing, Esau came back and was whining and complaining, and Jacob ended up giving him the blessing of the sword, right? He said, by thy sword thou shalt live, man. So that's what Esau was blessed with.
That's right. Now let's skip over Boaz. I want you to go to Obadiah. I want you to go to Obadiah real quick. Let's get some characteristics of Esau. All right, let's just get some characteristics of Esau real quick, and then we're gonna get two more things, and we're gonna go into it, because these are questions that so-called Jewish people cannot answer. Right? Since Esau and all of them, they love to say that we're not Jacob. Right? These are questions that they can't answer, but I want to get the point on Esau's blessing of them, living by the sword. And like Erie said, right? Esau don't even hunt to eat. He just like to kill them.
That's a fact.
Us, man. Right? Didn't the Bible say because you love blood, blood will pursue thee?
That's right.
Mm-hmm. They love blood, man. And Esau's a daggone crybaby. You right. Right? I want you to go to Obadiah. Hold on, let me get there. Of course, we're gonna let's go to where it says where he not stolen until he had enough.
I got it.
You got it. Go ahead and get that.
This is the book of Obadiah, verse 5. If these came to thee.
Hey, do me a favor, Slocky. Read verse 1, then you skip down.
Okay. Verse 1. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord God, concerning Edom.
Because this is concerning Edom, the Idumean nation. All right, Esau. All right, you can go ahead.
We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle.
Keep going.
Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised.
And everybody hates Esau. Like, let's just keep it real. All the nations despise Esau. They can't wait for the day where they can hit that nuclear bomb. All right,
the pride of thine heart have deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high.
And we know that Esau, they dwell they call themselves Caucasian, from the Caucasus Mountains of Georgia, Russia. Hey, and now I gotta get it right. Now I'm gonna go to the Jewish Encyclopedia. Right? I'm gonna go to the Jewish Encyclopedia, volume 4. Right? And I'm gonna look up the word Khazar.
Ooh, I'm gonna make a point after you bring this out. This is good.
I got you. Now, we know that they hail from the Caucasus Mountains of Georgia, Russia. And some of these people, they call themselves Khazarian Jews or whatever, Khazars or whatever you want to call it.
That's right.
Well, watch this. All right. Boom. This is the word Khazar, right? And
make it a little bit bigger if you can.
Can you pull your screen up, everyone?
There you go.
The water.
Boom. Khazar, the word Khazar, and the Jewish Encyclopedia. right?
Okay.
I believe this is volume 4, page. Matter of fact, let me see if I can see this. Yes. Now, I'm gonna zoom this in real quick.
Okay.
Now, I'm gonna see how blurry it is on y'all end.
I can see it.
Nah, it's good. It's good.
Just so you can know, like, this is not transfer. This is the Jewish Encyclopedia, volume 4, page 1. Khazars. Why did they put that on page 1?
Right.
All right. A people of Turkish origin whose life and history are interwoven with the very beginnings of the history of the Jews of Russia. The kingdoms of the Khazars were firmly established in most of South Russia long before the foundation of the Russian monarchy and the Varangians, right? So these people came from Russia. Now I gotta go back. Let me see if I can bounce back.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. So among the classical writers of the Middle Ages, they were known as Khazars, Khazars, Akitsars, or whatever, Akitsars, the Russian Chronicles, and in the Russian Chronicles as Qualices and whatever that word is.
Qualices.
Right. So these people, these so-called Jews, was from Russia. These first Jews, right? Go ahead and get in there what you wanted to get before we.
Hey, no, I was just gonna say that. So this is what they'll say. We'll ask them. We'll say, "Hey, how come the original Jews of the land was so-called melanated people, so-called black people, dark-skinned people, and you're in Russia and you look just like the Russians, right?" So what they'll say at that point is, "Oh, well, we mixed in. We mixed in with the people, and we started our complexion lightened up, and we became like them." Somebody put it in the chat. What side of the family do they count their lineage from? What side of the family do they count their lineage from? Somebody tell me in the chat. I know y'all know this.
Can we add, and where do you find it in the Bible?
Oh, we're gonna deal with it.
Okay.
Yeah,
And I want, and you said something. You said that they said they blended in with the people, and they got pale, right? After this question, I got a scripture.
Oh yeah, he got the dagger ready. Hey, I already know what you want.
Yes, sir.
I already know. So
yes,
look at this. It's starting to roll in. All right. They claim their lineage from their mother's side. Now let's do some reasoning. They believe that they Jews based off the maternal lineage, off of the matrilineal descent. But they mixed in with the Khazars. So who was mixing in with the Khazars? The men. So their paternal side goes back to the Khazars, according to their research.
So they're Russians.
Their paternal side goes back to the Khazars, and their maternal side goes back to their so-called Jewish ancestry.
Right.
Now I'm gonna let Judah pull that precept, and we're gonna deal with that matrilineal thing, but I ain't gonna stay on it long. But that's a heavy point to think about.
Hey, and that's cool because we're right now, bro, and I can already tell this might end up into a part 2 because we know how we get down, bro. Once we start getting into it, it's like, dang, we got to start breaking stuff down now, right?
That's right.
Now, give me Isaiah 29 and 22.
Okay.
This is a dagger. I'm telling you, keep it in your arsenal, right? Hold on real quick. I'm reading something. Ooh, this is beautiful. Go ahead.
Isaiah?
Yeah, get that.
Yeah, 29.
Let's look at Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 22. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, who redeemed Abraham concerning the house of Jacob. Jacob shall not now be ashamed, neither shall his face now wax pale.
Read that again.
God.
That's right.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord, who redeemed Abraham concerning the house of Jacob. Jacob shall not now be ashamed, neither shall his face now wax pale.
So how in the hell could you have mixed in with the people and your face got pale to the point where all y'all are white now?
Right.
Somebody explain that to me.
Whole phenotype different.
Just gone. You got some
Whole
explaining to do.
Entire phenotype different.
But it goes against the Bible. It goes against the Bible. Now, Boaz, I want you to turn. We're going to do a little bit of reading. I'm going to show you how that could not have ever happened. Because the seed of Abraham through Isaac was always preserved. Right. Go to Joshua 24:3.
Okay.
And we're going to read down through 18. I'm gonna let you read it smooth. Just read it smooth.
You said 24?
24:3.
Okay, it's the book of Joshua, chapter 24 and verse 3. And I took your father Abraham from the other side of the flood and led him throughout all the land of Canaan and multiplied his seed and gave him Isaac. And I gave unto Isaac Jacob and Esau. And I gave unto Esau Mount Seir to possess it.
This is Jacob, the class of the rock again, Mount Seir. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. But Jacob and his children went down into Egypt. I sent Moses also and Aaron, and I plagued Egypt according to that which I did among them. And afterward I brought you out. And I brought your fathers out of Egypt, and ye came unto the sea. And the Egyptians pursued after your fathers with chariots and horsemen unto the Red Sea. And when they cried unto the Lord, he put darkness between you and the Egyptians, and brought the sea upon them, and covered them. And your eyes have seen what I have done in Egypt, and ye dwelt in the wilderness a long season. And I brought you into the land of the Amorites, which dwelt on the other side of Jordan, and they fought with you. And I gave them unto your hand, that ye might possess their land, and I destroyed them from before you. Then Balak, the son of Zippor, king of Moab, arose and warred against Israel, and sent and called Balaam, the son of Beor, to curse you. But I would not hearken unto Balaam. Therefore he blessed you still, so I delivered you out of his hand. And ye went over Jordan, and came unto Jericho. And the men of Jericho fought against you, the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Girgashites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites. And I delivered them into your hand. And I sent the hornet before you, which drave them out from before you, even the two kings of the Amorites, but not with thy sword, nor with thy bow. And I have given you a land for which ye did not labor, and cities which ye built not.
What verse are you on there, King?
Verse 13.
Okay, come.
Salakia.
Oh, my fault. That was 13. That was
it says, and cities which ye built not, and ye dwell in them, of the vineyards and olive yards which ye planted not, do ye eat. Now therefore fear the Lord, and serve him in sincerity and in truth, and put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood and in Egypt, and serve ye the Lord. And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom ye will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land ye dwell. But as far as me and my house, we will serve the Lord. And the people answered and said, God forbid that we should forsake the Lord to serve other gods. For the Lord our God, he it is that brought us up and our fathers out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage, and which did those great signs in our sights, and preserved us in all the way wherein we went, and among all the people through whom we passed. And the Lord drave out from before us all the people, even the Amorites, which dwelt in the land. Therefore will we also serve the Lord, for he is our God.
Now, I hope you got the point. I want to get you to read 17 to 18 again. I want him to read all that for a reason. He went from 3 on down to 18. It showed you all the lands that we went through from Abraham all the way down, right? And it showed how the Most High always preserved us through that land. We never waxed pale. We never mixed so deep with the nations. We came out looking different. He preserved us every time. Read 17 to 18 again.
Verse 17. For the Lord our God, it is that brought us up and our fathers out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage, and which did those great signs in our sight and preserved us in all the way wherein we went, and among all the people through whom we passed.
We can stop there. He preserved us in everywhere we went and through every people we passed. So how in the world could we ever have mixed what they have mixed so deep in with other people? Now they went from black to white.
Right.
By him saying that, he told you that the original Jews was black right there.
Right.
He agreed with that. Right. And we're going to go into that. We're going to show you.
That's right.
We're going to get 2 accounts proving that the Jews had to be black. We're going to start with Joseph. Then we're going to go into Moses. Then we're going to get into these videos. Because they can't never answer this. They never can answer this. We can go into the curses. That's cool. We can go into the curses. We know that fits us. Right? We know that fits us. But get past this. Right? So let's go to Genesis chapter 37. We're going to read from 23. We're going to do a little bit of reading right here. Giannis, so you can read this. From 23 to 36. Because this is not the whole story of Joseph, but this is just getting to the point of what happened. And Boaz, we're going to go to Genesis 45 and 1.
Right, Khan, this is the book of Genesis chapter 37 and 23. And it came to pass, when Joseph was come unto his brethren, that they stripped Joseph out of his coat of many colors that was on him. And they took him and cast him into the pit. And the pit was empty. There was no water in it. And they sat down to eat bread. And they lifted up their eyes and looked, and behold, a company of Ishmaelites came from Gilead with their camels bearing spicery and balm and myrrh, going to carry it down to Egypt. And Judah said unto his brethren, what profit is it if we slay our brother and conceal his blood? Come, let us sell him to the Ishmaelites, and let not our hand be upon him, for he is our brother and our flesh, and his brethren were content. Then there passed by Midianites merchantmen, and they drew and lifted up Joseph out of the pit and sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites for 20 pieces of silver, and they brought Joseph into Egypt. And Reuben returned into the pit, and behold, Joseph was not in the pit, and he rent his clothes. And he returned unto his brethren and said, the child is not, and I, whither shall I go? And they took Joseph's coat and killed a kid of goats, dipped it in the coat of blood, and dipped the coat in the blood. And they sent the coat of many colors, and they brought it to their father and said, this have we found. Know now whether it be thy son's coat or no. And he knew it and said, it is my son's coat. And evil beasts have devoured him. Joseph is without doubt rent in pieces. Where am I stopping at again?
We're going to stop at the end of the chapter.
Okay, come. And Joseph rent his clothes and put sackcloth upon his loins, and mourned for his son many days. And all his sons and all his daughters rose up to comfort him, but he refused to be comforted. And he said, for I will go down into the grave unto my son mourning. Thus his father wept for him. And the Midianites sold him into Egypt unto Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh's and captain of the guard. So
this is a quick story of what happened to Joseph, right? Joseph's brothers was jealous of him, took him, put him in the pit, sold him to the Ishmaelites. The Ishmaelites sold him into Egypt. Now Joseph is in Egypt, right? This is the start of us being in Egypt, right? They took his coats, gave it to his father, like, yo, Joseph is dead. You know what I'm saying? That was the internet, right? Now we about to prove that the original Jews had to be black. right? The children of Israel had to be black, right?
Mhm.
Let's go to Genesis 45. Let's start at verse 1.
This is the book of Genesis 45 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Then Joseph could not refrain himself before all them that stood by him.
Slaki, now I'm gonna just give context. Now there's a famine. His brothers went to Egypt to get food, and Joseph notices his brothers. Go ahead.
And he cried, because every man to go out from me, and there stood no man with him, while Joseph made himself known unto his brethren. And he wept aloud, and the Egyptians and the house of Pharaoh heard. And Joseph said unto his brethren, I am Joseph. Doth my father yet live? And his brethren could not answer him, for they were troubled at his presence.
Now hold on real quick. Now Joseph is living in Pharaoh's house, right? Does Joseph's brothers know who he is off the rip?
No.
Lie. So what did they have to think he was?
They thought he was Egyptian.
They had to think he was an Egyptian.
Correct.
Off the rip. They have to think he was an Egyptian, right? Now, we can stop there, right? We're going to get one more. Because these are questions that they cannot answer. They cannot answer. But Jonathan, I'm so glad you brought that out. Because that just body bagged the fact that they, they were once black, but now they're white because all of that, whatever.
Right.
What happened to the people that stayed black? What happened to them?
Right.
But so you already got body back there, right? Now we're gonna get one more, right? We're gonna get one more. Go to Exodus. Let's see. I don't know it off the top. I'm about to get it. Exodus chapter 4, and let's go to verse 1. I think that's where I'm gonna start.
This is the book of Exodus chapter 4 and verse 1. And Moses answered and said, but behold, they will not believe me, nor hearken unto my voice, for they will say, the Lord hath not appeared unto thee. And the Lord said unto him, what is that in thine hand? And he said, a rod. And he said, cast it on the ground. And he cast it on the ground, and it became a serpent. And Moses fled from before it. And the Lord said, skip to verse 6. Verse 6. And the Lord said furthermore unto him, put now thine hand into thy bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow.
Stop right there. Right? Stop right there. So the Most High showing wonders through Moses. Right? He told Moses, put your hand in your bosom, and when he pulled it out, his hand was leprous. Right? Now that's snow. Right? Now this is funny, right? I put in leprous. Let me show y'all what happened. I put in leprous. Look what came up. Edomites. Right? Right?
Right there.
The internet wins again. Man.
Right.
Right. The internet wins again. Right? Let's see. Excuse me, I put the wrong thing in there. All right. So like I can't see. Okay. Leprosy is caused by an infection of the bacterium Mycobacterium leprae. It affects the skin, eyes, nose, peripheral nerves. Symptoms includes light-colored or red skin patches with reduced sensation, numbness, weakness in the hands and the feet. Right. So you see people they like vitiligo is one of, you could call that leprosy, right? So read the end of that. Keep going. Read verse 7.
Verse 7. And he said, put thine hand into thy bosom again. And he put his hand into his bosom again, and plucked it out of his bosom, and behold, it was turned again as his other flesh.
So if his hand came out white as snow, and he put it back, and it returned back to the other flesh.
What's the other flesh?
Come on. Come on, questions that Jewish people cannot answer.
Right.
And this is in the Torah.
Hey, before you bring that that thing down, pull up that Google one more time.
The same one I just had?
Nah, pull up Google and go to type in matrilineal descent. Because I want to go into this. And I don't want to talk on this last Friday if y'all was watching the class for everybody in the audience. But these are easy things that each person needs to understand how to combat. Okay? Matrilineal descent, right? So type in Jewish right after that. See if it come up. Boom, there we go. Read that top paragraph out.
It says matrilineal and Judaism.
Boaz, go ahead and grab Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 2 real fast. 7 and verse 3, my fault.
Matrilineality and Judaism. Orthodox Judaism, which is the same thing that basketball player was, might I add,
right,
practices matrilineal descent and considers it self-evident. Orthodox Judaism holds that anyone with a Jewish mother also has that's very important.
Yeah, that is very important.
Also has irrevocable Jewish status, that even were such a Jew to convert to another religion, that person will still be considered Jewish by Jewish law.
Now, what law are they pointing to? The brother Boaz is holding the law that they want to use. And I want to show you something. Boaz is holding the verse. And I'm going to read the one that I have on my phone right here, right? So this says, the Talmud adduces the law of matrilineal descent from Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 3, which warns that as the consequence of intermarriage, he, the Gentile father, will turn away your son from following me. I want to read Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 3 for the people, and I want to see if that's teaching who or who not is a Jew.
Okay. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
All right.
Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
Come on.
For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly.
Where is that verse teaching? If your mother is a Jew, you are Israelite.
Nowhere.
So somebody got some explaining to do, right? Well, when you go in and you break it down, basically what they're trying to say is, look at verse 4. It says, for they, well, when you go into the interlinear and you read the actual Hebrew, it says, for he will turn away your son. So what they're trying to say is, see, you have two scenarios, right? Let me break it down for y'all the way they would. You have two scenarios. If you let your daughter marry another nation's son, he will turn away your child from following the Lord. Also, another scenario is if you let your son marry another woman, the scripture says he will turn away your son. Now, who is the he in that scenario?
It would have to be the father-in-law.
It would have to be the father-in-law. So what are we proving, bro? Like, yo, I was mad reading this earlier. I was mad reading this because what you're seeing is the okie doke. You got people who can read the other languages. That's why we got to go into these languages. But you got people who can read the other languages and they can tell you whatever they want to.
Right.
Now, why does they will tell you that your KJV is wrong because it says the word they. And if it, maybe on a different class on the Chop Shop or something, we'll break it down. But when you go and look at it, the pronoun is supposed to be he. It is supposed to be he. That's a fact. But in English, the word they is used as a gender neutral pronoun that can speak for multiple people.
Of course.
So if I got the brother Judah and his rib coming over to the crib, I can say, oh, you know what? I think they left the stroller. I could be speaking about either him or his wife or both of them collectively.
Right.
You see how that works? So they trying to use that to say your KJV is corrupt. Y'all don't understand the Bible, but we understand the Bible because we know that Numbers 1:18 tells us that your lineage is determined by your father.
That's right.
Right? We understand that you can't be a priest unless your father is Aaron.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm an Israelite because my mom is a Jew, how do I become a priest? How do I become reckoned to a certain tribe? Right. So they gotta stop with that, man.
And they only say they from Judah, Benjamin, and Levi.
Right.
So
Levy.
how do you become a priest?
That's how they say it, Levy.
No salt at all. It's more mayonnaise.
Right.
That's avocado. Right.
Hey, the water to the brother Solomon for the generation.
Yeah,
man. Appreciate you, King.
Hey, come feast with us, King.
For sure. All right. So let's get into the tomfoolery.
God.
Let's get into
my fault. Hey, my fault, Judah. My fault.
Yeah.
I got one precept because I forgot to bring it up.
Yes.
Let's get 1 Kings 11:2.
I'm already there. This is book of 1 Kings.
To prove y'all what I just said. Go ahead.
This is book of 1 Kings, chapter 11, verse 2. Of the nations concerning which the Most High said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go into them, neither shall they come in unto you. For surely they will turn away your heart from serving Salakia. They will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love.
You see that? So the book of 1 Kings is telling you the true meaning of that verse.
That's right.
That verse is not teaching you that a woman is going to allow you to be reckoned from the seed of Israel through the matrilineal seed. All right? I just wanted to bring that out one more time.
Yep. So, hey, man, First Tribe Son, hey, man, Thawada for your generous donation. Y'all watching me on Brother Thigh. All right. Appreciate you, King. All right. Boom. So let's get into the tomfoolery, man. Because the class is called Celebrities Supporting Kyrie, Hypocrites, and More. I had to show you that dude, whoever his name was, once again, because it's time, bro. This timing is crazy. These are supposed to be the smartest people on earth, but the Most High made them so stupid. Them trying to prove that you're not the Jews and try to say, oh, he's being anti-Semitic. All they did was prove.
Yeah.
What was being said. They brought more people into the truth. They should have you know what you do for damage control a lot of times? What celebrities do? They don't respond.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I feel like these Jewish people would have shut up. Nobody would have paid attention. They're like, oh, here go Kyrie again.
Yeah, that's what would have happened. That's a fact.
But not to give him no ammo, but you feel me? Man's goes of the Lord, whether it's good or bad. Right? So, hey, Proverb Nation, Shalom, King. Right? And Trey Lindsay, Shalom. I ain't seen you came into the chat as well, right? So now, the Most High made it to where they had to feel like they had to do damage control in the way of trying to discount and dismantle both of these young men. And look what's happened. Now more people's like, what's all this up? You know, I'm going to go watch it. One of my homeboys, man, one of my beloved homeboys, man, I'm talking about, we did everything together in high school, bro. Like from sports to the drum line, just running the streets, everything, right? This dude, you know what I'm saying? He be high off the herb, man, but he believes the woman is God. You know, he believes God is the sun. And, you know, when you look at the rays and then you turn rays to the backwards and then you make it upside down and say, like, he's one of them brothers, right?
Yeah.
Why he just posts Hebrews to Negroes on his Facebook page?
Hey.
We debating all the time about the woman being God and all this stuff like that. Bro, he just shared it. And you know, I said, now go watch it. I'm gone. And he just laughed at it. I'm like, yo, now we'll go watch that, my boy. You feel what I'm saying? Bro, come on, man.
That's a fact.
My friends from college, when I first got into the truth and I was just posting, like going crazy. They thought I was crazy. Bro, they like, yo, nah, this shit real. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, hey, bro, what a time to be alive.
Time.
Right? And we might give y'all some tips on what to do and what not to do during this great awakening. I said I was going to do that. But when that basketball player came up there, that blew my mind. I had to get on the top real quick because that's not Salt playing basketball in Yarmouth.
Right.
And them first 2 crossover dribbles he tried didn't work. Right. So I hope you get into the league, and I hope you have to play Kyrie, so he can break your ankles, and then you can really
Yeah.
Kyrie gonna hit him with one of them ankle breakers, one of them crossovers, and he gonna trip right back into Israel.
It's right.
Until we get there. Right? Now, let's see what I want to get into first. Yeah, let's get into the coonery first. The Tom coonery. Let's get into the coonery first. All right. Let's get into the coonery first. Stephen A. Smith. Right? He had a lot to say on the brother Kyrie. We won't get into what he said when this thing first happened. And we're going to get into how he feels now. All right. My bad. Let me do the audio thing correctly so it don't have a whole bunch of
Hey, I wonder how many of these top-notch reporters are going to go back and do proper research and actually watch the film.
Do you know how many of them, when somebody say you watch film? No, I haven't, but and you are a journalist.
That's what I'm saying.
I took mass comm in college. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I took mass media law too, and I'm sure this is breaking some type of law, but it might not be. But it's like
it's bad enough though. Yeah,
it's borderline defamation of character.
Yeah.
For real. Like that's one of the worst things you can call somebody other than a homophobe is anti-Semitic in this day.
Yeah, and anti-Semitic might be worse at this point.
Oh, it's definitely worse.
Yeah,
because they have the world's largest gay parade in Tel Aviv.
Mm-hmm.
So, you can't do that. That's like, you look. Let's get into it, man. Let's see what Stephen A. Smith had to say.
Hold on, Molly. Don't y'all get it, fellas. You're right, Molly. You're absolutely correct. Every one of y'all is absolutely correct. I'm just saying that y'all missing an additive. Y'all missing a point to be added here. Okay. Kyrie says that this is his attitude. And Jay, you know this. JJ, you know this because you've seen him enough. Of course, you know it, Amari. You're an assistant coach on the team for crying out loud. Kyrie would have you believe he has done his research and that he knows. And oh, by the way, I'm not gonna waste my energy trying to explain to y'all because y'all are not going to get it. And what y'all are saying is, then what the hell you posted on social media for? He doesn't get it, but he thinks you don't get it. He thinks we don't get it. We're the lost souls. We don't comprehend. And that's what I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. The reason why I can say that is that it's applicable to everything. When he was in Cleveland and there was issues with LeBron, we didn't get it. When he was in Boston and there were issues there with the organization, we didn't get it. When he made a promise to the fan base that he'd stay as long as you have me, then skipped out of town, we didn't understand. When he got to Brooklyn, all right, and he missed, and he didn't want to play without KD, we didn't understand. When he came back and there's the vaccination issue, we didn't understand. The bubble, we didn't understand. Social justice, we didn't understand. And now this, we don't understand.
Give me Romans 11 and 8 because he just said something about them being the lost souls and we just don't understand. He's going to something spirit. He's taking it from something spiritual to basketball. But I'm gonna let him keep talking.
The Jewish community gets to define what is anti-Semitic, what is a
And Jonathan, you see, I don't even have to find that article that I was trying to find.
Right.
I don't even got to find it. The Jewish community, I found the article earlier and I can't find it now, but it actually says that the Jewish people, they determine what anti-Semitic is. They just came out with an updated definition like this week. I can't find the video. I'd be so mad and I'd be trying to send it to either Jonathan to throw it in our chat. But I would be so mad. I'd be just like, yo, is this real? Right. They get to define what anti-Semitism is.
Right.
Right? So if one race of people can determine what anti-Semitism or what hate is to them. When black people say that's prejudice.
Yeah.
When black people say that's racism. When black people say that's discrimination. Why we don't get that same respect?
Because we don't have nobody. We don't have nobody who ready to stand on business, man.
That's a fact,
right?
That's a
thing
fact.
about it.
But it shows the hypocrisy. It shows the hypocrisy.
Hey,
what was
look at,
that?
Oh, my
What
fault.
was that thing you brought out at camp? That website you had me look up at camp? Find that for me real quick.
Yeah, Con.
Find that for me real quick. Because, right, Yuri, thank you.
That's what I was
They
going to highlight.
The goalposts wherever they want. And we gonna get into it just a little bit. We're going to get into it a little bit. If you're enjoying the class so far, put a 7 in the chat, Baba Kashab. Put a 7 in the chat, Baba Kashab, if you're enjoying the class. If you feel like you're getting some type of information out of this, man.
Hey, which website you was talking about?
It was you brought it out when you was teaching. And I looked it up for you.
Oh, yeah.
I need that, man. I need that, man. Right? Because when you look up the definition of what this mess says that Giannis is going to find, it shows you why they can do this. I'm going to let them keep going while Giannis is finding that. And hold that precept, Boaz, right? But he just said that they can, I'm going to rewind it. He said that the Jewish community can determine what anti-Semitism is.
The Jewish community gets to define that in his world.
But when we say that shooting us in the back while we got our hands up and running away, or while we facing you with our hands up running away unarmed in front of our children, hurts our feelings.
Mm-hmm.
You should have complied with the police the first time. I'm sure that he gave you multiple chances.
Right.
No. Shut the front door.
No.
For lack of better words. Okay. Right? Hey, the brother Akal lawyer said, Salaki, I have beef with SOT. What's going on? Hey, how about Shimmy Al-Shabarakatah to you too, King? All right.
How about Shimmy Al-Shabarakatah?
Con. All right. It's all love, man. We don't want no smoke, man. We don't want no smoke. All right. Let's let it keep going. Did you find that, Giannis?
I'm not exactly sure. I can't remember.
I'm going to go back in my history. I got to find it. But yeah, it's all good. I'm going to let him keep going.
He said, no, that's not true. Because y'all ain't the real ones. We are. But then doesn't want to back it up when people are challenging him on it. Why? Because he knows what we don't know. Yeah. That's the issue. Right. And
now give me Romans 11:8.
Hey, bear with us, King. Bear with us. We're going to get it out there to you.
I knew it was something, yeah. Hey, yeah, we getting the emails and all that. Send another one. Just send another one with your name, your phone number, and where you located. And we in between prospect phases right now, brother. All right? We in between prospect phases. But when you start hearing us start talking about the prospect phases, and every class we're saying, if you want to join, send us an email. Make sure you remind us that you sent that email. All right, King? All praises, all praises. All right. Give me that in Romans 11:8. I found it too, Jonathan.
Okay. It's the book of Romans, chapter 11 and verse 8. According as it is written, God have given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear unto this day.
Okay. So this is why you may not understand.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord has given you eyes that you cannot see and ears that you cannot hear until this day. Now watch this. Right? APAC.
There you go.
Stands for the American Israel Public Affairs Committee or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Giannis brought this out at camp. Cold. Stupid, right? So it says we are a bipartisan American organization that advocates for a strong U.S.-Israel relationship. Now watch this. This is why they can move the goalposts, because they have stuff like this.
Correct. There you go.
Right? Our mission, the mission of AIPAC is to encourage and persuade the U.S. government to enact specific policies that create a strong, enduring, mutually benefit relationship with our ally Israel. Now, let me tell you something. Right? We're going to read some things on here. Before I get into it, we're going to read some things. Right? Mm-hmm. So one of they goals, I guess, is pro-Israel Americans. The overwhelming majority of Americans are proudly pro-Israel. AIPAC brings together pro-American Israel Americans, Democrats and Republicans alike of every race, religion, background to pursue this shared mission, blah, blah, blah. Through AIPAC, more than 2.5 million pro-Israel Americans work to advance pro-Israel policies and support a strong U.S.-Israel relationship. Pro-Israel politics. And Giannis, if you got anything to say, you can get it at any time, and Boaz as well. Right?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till you're done reading that. I got something for you.
I already knew it. Right?
I sent you something in the chat, Adawan.
Okay, King. So, pro-Israel politics. One of the most effective ways to impact American support for Israel is to ensure that those who support the U.S.-Israel relationship in Congress. So, they're trying to put politicians in place that are pro-Israel.
That's right.
Now, look at this. There are 9 people right here. Black, 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 black,
mm-hmm.
black, black. 6 out of the 9 people are black. I wonder why. Right? It says, and those running for office have the financial support of the pro-Israel community. Isn't that called lobbying?
That's right. That's what it is. And look, you can. This is what I wanted to say to y'all. It's public knowledge what corporations and what private interest groups such as AIPAC spend in lobbying dollars each year. It's public information, their contributions that they make to lawmakers. Like I'm looking at this website right now. It says in 2022, AIPAC spent about $1 million, almost $2 million, right under $2 million in lobbying so far in 2022. In 2021, they spent right under $3 million on lobbying alone. They specifically lean towards the demographic of the Democrats, right? Because they've donated to a guy named Erwin Stevens, Democrat, Pennsylvania. Stephen Haley, Democrat, Michigan. Glenn Ivey, Democrat, Maryland. All the way down the East Coast, right? Valerie Fouché, Democrat, North Carolina, right? So if you follow the dollars, as I always bring out, you follow the dollars, you can Google this. And multiple websites will pull it up because if you're going to be politically active, right? I went to school for political theory, and I was a poli-sci major. So when you're going to be politically active, it's more than just voting, and that's the only thing our people care about. We don't vote. It's more political action that can be done other than voting, though. I can go and see where my money is going, who my senator is supporting X, Y, and Z, right? Well, when you go look at AIPAC, you'll see exactly who they support. And you'll find out why they get their bills passed and why they can pull the plug on Kanye so fast. All right?
Yep, that's cool. Right? Now, did you do that the other day? We kind of did something similar the other day. Well, we went and we seen how they put their money in different places and they all supported something we don't do. Right? So let's see. Right? Now, let's finish out on that. Right? Slocky, did I just do that?
No, I did that.
Okay, come. Yeah, right. Come on. You can't be a president without doing that. That's a requirement.
That's
right. So now, policy agenda. AIPAC urges all members of Congress to support a strong U.S.-Israel relationship through foreign aid. I'm not even about to go to that because
that's a whole
the
nother.
list of foreign aid from the U.S. to Israel is extensive, right? They could have gave us reparations 5 times over, right?
Right.
Government partnerships, joint anti-terrorism efforts, and the promotion of peace through a negotiated 2-state solution. A Jewish state of Israel living alongside a demilitarized Palestinian state. So they want to be able to live beside somebody who doesn't have no military. All right. Imagine that. You know, AIPAC advocates for vital security assistance to Israel and the development of cooperative missile defense programs. So they want to have missiles and don't want Palestine to have none. With the United States, which allow Israel to defend itself by itself. We work to end Israel's isolation in international forums to promote strategic cooperation between the United States and Israel in key sectors, including technology, energy, cybersecurity, border security, intelligence sharing, and agriculture. Now, this is why Stephen A. can say that Jewish people can move the goalposts. They have the right to determine what is anti-Semitic or not. Right?
Correct.
Now, I'm gonna let this finish out. I am gonna go into the foreign aid one time, and I'm gonna get a precept. This is something else that Jewish people can't answer. Because if you were the Jews, this wouldn't happen.
That's right. I already know
right?
you want.
Right. So you already know I'm going?
I believe so.
Well, let's see. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna see if you got it. Right. I'm gonna let this rock, and then I'm gonna stop it. You can bring that out.
All right.
We're gonna come back to this. Amari, you need to go, but before you go,
that's it. Oh, there's Amari up here. I'm gonna let him talk.
I want to ask you, because you were in this locker room, why do they continue to capitulate to him, and why is he not punished for this?
Well, you got to keep this in mind when you're running an organization, right? And you have players of that magnitude. You have Kevin Durant, you have Kyrie Irving. So you tend to want to cater to those guys and make those guys feel comfortable and at home. So from a GM standpoint, you're really trying to involve them in decision making and these things.
Stupid.
You're not making it less. You're making it worse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here he go.
Promoting that.
And please understand this, y'all, because this needs to be applied. You see what's happening with the press conference where he was going back and forth with our very own Nick Fidel. Now he's painting himself as the victim. Y'all don't understand. All I was doing was telling the truth. What's the problem? You see? So it's that victimhood. And then you've got people on the highways. Listen, it's similar to Kanye. Kanye does what he does, and then you got people holding signs on the highway in LA defending him. Because a lot of these times
it isn't meant to be. The reality, though, is
all right. So that's that. Shout out to the brothers at IUIC, and shout out to the brothers at HODC who stood out there at the Barclays Center. You know what I'm saying? Teaching this truth as it relates to the Kyrie situation, man. All right. Shout out to them. All right. Let's see if Youngton was reading my mind. What you got, King? Nope. I'm going first. Wait.
Yeah.
I forgot. I gotta go to the foreign aid, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Jewish foreign aid from the U.S. All right. Let me back this up just a second, because this was part of that AIPAC stuff, right?
That's right.
I'm just gonna read it because I know they have there's a chart somewhere, but I'm not even gonna go into it. So I'm gonna bring this up on my screen real quick, right? And then we're gonna hit y'all with a dagger, man. We're gonna hit y'all with a dagger. All right. Let me zoom this in just a bit. Since the 1960s, the United States have been a very strong supporter of Israel. It's played a key role in the promotion of good relations between Israel and neighboring, blah, 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 all these places. In 1985, the United States has provided nearly $3 billion in annual
grants.
annual grants to Israel, $3 billion a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which has been the largest recipient of annual American aid from 1976 to 2004, and the largest cumulative receipt of aid, $146 billion, non-inflation adjusted, since World War II. Approximately 74% of these funds are spent on the purchases of American goods and services, right? So that's kind of sort of a chess move too.
Mm-hmm.
74% of that money that they give to Israel gets spent back in America, right? More recently, in the fiscal year 2019, the United States, this is 3 years ago, provided Israel with $3.8 billion in military aid. Israel also benefits from around $8 billion in American loan guarantees. While the United States has dispersed significant financial aid for Israel in the past, the primary form of American aid for Israel at present is military oriented. Moreover, the United States is Israel's largest trading partner. United States, and Israel is the United States' 25th largest trading partner. The two-way trade has totaled some $36 billion in 2013, right? So, $8 billion in military aid, $46 million in American aid in the last, and that was over a span of about 28 years.
Hey, and if you look at the settlements being built in the Western Bank, right, which used to be Palestinian territory, and you look at the settlements that's being built over there now, they're partitioning off. Basically, the Palestinians used to live in this land, right? And Israel just started encroaching on their land, pushing them further and further and further into ghettos and into like open air prisons. And they're building whole communities like right down the street from where a Palestinian used to live at. So a Palestinian kid get mad, come throw a rock, and Israel come shoot 3 kids, man. Like, this is the type of stuff that's going on over there. And we pay for that. The American government.
I got hit you with one more. Because y'all Negroes thought Obama was y'all president, right? I'm going to show you who's president. In 2009, Obama became the first U.S. president to authorize sale of bunker buster bombs to Israel. Bombs that can bust through bunkers, he gave them to Israel. The transfer was kept secret to avoid impression that the United States was arming Israel for attack on Iran. In February 2011, the Obama administration vetoed a UN resolution declaring Israeli settlements in the West Bank illegal. In 2011, the Obama administration paved the way for development of production of the Iron Dome missile defense system for Israel, contributing $235 million.
Hold on, you gotta emphasize that first sentence too, right? Oh, so the UN, the United Nations came together and they vote. I did a project on this, and I had this white girl in my class. She was pissed at me. This was before I came into the truth. I didn't know nothing about the truth. I was doing a project in school on this particular subject, and I brought this up, and this little Jewish white girl got mad and basically was like, yo, she was out of character in the class, right? But look, it says the UN came together to vote. Are the settlements that Israel is doing in the Palestinian territory, is that illegal, and is that a war crime perpetrated against the people in Palestine? Every nation voted yes, and the Obama administration vetoed the movement, and it stopped right there, and the UN didn't take no further action. They stopped it right there. So that's the type of power that America has in the United Nations, in case y'all don't understand that.
Right.
Just so y'all know that.
Hey, that was your president.
Right. That's your favorite president, but he didn't do nothing for you, though.
Right.
Nothing. Right? And now, it brings us to what I'm testing the brother Jonathan right now. Because if you was the Jews,
right,
none of this stuff we just read wouldn't happen. Go ahead, let's see.
All right. So I have the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. All right, and verse 43. It says, the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high. Remember, this is a curse. And thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. So guess what? People lending to you is a state of being in the curses. So how they in the land if they under the curses? How what?
Yeah.
How they? You see what I'm saying? How they in the
Mhm.
land if they under the curses? But if they getting lended to, that's a curse.
Yeah, that don't make sense.
I don't know, man. It
That's
ain't no
supposed to
way
be all when we in the land.
it ain't no way they can get around that.
That was a good one.
Come on, let's do it. What you got?
But that wasn't it. Isaiah 42 and 22.
Come on, let's get it.
It's the book of
Isaiah
Isaiah
42 and 22. Because if
42
you are
and 22.
42 and 22, if you were the Jew, this would not ever happen. Hey, I'm gonna let it read. Go ahead.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 42 and verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses.
Stop right there. If you were the Jew, why does 70%, and we're not, why does 70% of the prison system, why is that us?
Yeah, why it don't look like them?
You the Jew. Go ahead.
They are for prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none saith restore.
Read that part again. Read
yeah, that's a cut. That's a dagger.
It says they are for a prey, and none delivereth.
Who's hunting their steps? Like it says in Lamentations. Who's hunting the Jewish man's steps? Let's keep it real.
Nobody.
You can't even say something about them. There ain't nobody lifting the finger. Like, come on, bro. Right? So therefore, pray. Go ahead.
And none delivereth, for a spoil, and none saith restore.
Nobody's gonna say restore. Nobody's gonna say restore. So we in class right now. What? We in class right now. This is how you, if you have to have a conversation with one of these people, right? This is how, bro, they can't get away from this. They cannot get away, right? They can't get away. What are reparations? Let's see. Let's see, right? The making of amends for a wrong one has done by paying money to or otherwise helping those that have been wrong, right? Amends, restitution.
That's right.
Let's see what that means. Hey, Bo, I just said none says what? In that verse?
None delivereth. And none delivereth, for a spoil, and none saith restore.
Oh, okay.
None saith restore.
None saith restore.
Hey, I got a precept for that, Adawan.
Bring it out.
Lamentations 4:17, it says, as for us, our eyes yet failed, for our vain help in our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
These people cannot save us. Hey, check this out. I'm gonna let you keep going, but that's a cut. Because they getting foreign aid from everywhere. It ain't just us or these people. It's everywhere. Go ahead.
Correct.
They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. Where's that happening in Israel?
We ain't in our land. Right? Go ahead.
Our end is near, our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heaven. They pursued us upon the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness.
There you go. Right? So, hey, we waiting for people that's not going to help us. Well, the Jews, they shouldn't be getting no help from nowhere.
Yeah. Right?
And the scripture said that none saith restore. One of the similar words for reparation was restitution. Restitution. The first thing is the restoration
Ah.
of something lost or stolen to its proper owner.
Look at the third one.
That's what I was looking for. Here you go.
Yeah.
The restoration of something to its original state. When you get reparations, it restores you back to the place where you were and where you would have been,
right?
Lest they had, had they not did what they did. If you the Jews, what you got that money for?
That don't make sense.
It don't make no sense.
And look, some of y'all simple pastors out there, man. Right? We gonna call y'all out. Some of y'all simple pastors is guilt tripping your people that come to your church and telling them, come on, we gotta get this money to Israel. We gotta and then they pull out Genesis 12:3 because see, the Lord said, whoever blesses Israel, the Lord's gonna bless.
Stupid.
You see what I'm saying? So we gotta be smarter than that, man. We gotta be smarter than that. And our pastors, the game is up on y'all. For real.
Yeah, the gig is definitely up. The gig is up, man. Hey, man, that was a dagger fest right there. That's up. Questions Jewish people. That should be the name of the class. Questions Jewish people cannot answer.
That's a fact. That definitely. All
right.
I'm still in that title. All
right. Coming soon, right? Bro, I know if you do that class, that's going to be a good one. Now, we talked about that, how the Jewish people can determine what anti-Semitism is. Right? Let's see. I'm taking my time with this one, dog. I'm not gonna hold you. Giannis, I need you to take over for 2 seconds. So I'm gonna let you explain this part. I'm gonna pull it up. Matter of fact, you can't share the screen, can you?
Nah, I can't.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I got a precept. I'll pull a precept while we're waiting.
Okay.
All right. Hey, Boaz, let's get Isaiah 60:12 real quick. It's funny because Adawan went into this last Friday, right? And once again, this is another one. But, the Israelites get a bad rap. We get called terrorist groups. We get called the KKK. We get called all this, that, and the third. But if you ask a Jewish person to answer this question, they must answer it in accordance with what they believe, right? Because there's a law that says you shall not lie, X, Y, and Z. And they believe the Bible, right? So let's read that real quick.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 60 and verse 12. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted.
Do you know that they teach also that all the Goyim will serve them? They teach that the Goyim will serve them. They teach Deuteronomy 7:6. They teach that they're the nation above all nations, right? They teach, and it's documented, and we have proof of them practicing such acts. They will enforce usury on you, Brother Boaz, when you come to their store, and they will not do the same to their people. That's prejudiced business practices. That's predatory lending. All of the things that our people have fallen victim to. They practice these things. Now, if we're going to call the Israelites racist and terrorists and X, Y, and Z, we got to follow that logic.
Right.
If we're going to sit back and throw Ron Dalton under the bus and say his movie was anti-Semitic, nobody should never have no dealings with it, now we got to circle back. See, this right here, I feel like this is the stepping stone to the banning of the Bible. Right? This is the stepping stone to the banning of the Bible. If white America would take seriously and say, you know what, we really do need to sit back and think about this. These Jews do think all of us are going to go into captivity. These Jews do think they're the greatest nation on the earth, right? If they take that serious, the next logical conclusion for them is to ban the Bible.
Hey, bro. Questions Jewish people can't answer. Are you finished with that point?
Yeah, that's right.
Isaiah 14.
Let's get it.
We're going to get on y'all today.
That's right, man.
Everything that is said is just like, hold on, wait.
Still got to deal with the scripture. Right.
You got to, y'all, hold on, wait. We're not gonna get into all these videos of that. I promise you, part 2 coming. We're gonna do it. Part 2 coming. We're gonna do it.
Okay.
Right? If you are the Jews, what happened to this? Read.
It's the book of Isaiah. Con, I got you. It's the book of Isaiah 14:1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined to them.
Hold on. We're setting our land. See, that came to pass. And who's going to be joined to them?
And the strangers will be joined with them.
Okay.
And they shall cleave unto the house of Jacob.
Uh-huh.
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
Mm-hmm.
And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
Uh-huh.
And they shall rule over their oppressors.
Well, hold on.
Hold on.
Wait. Right? What's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna get the land. I'm in the land, okay. Then you're gonna take captives with you for servants and handmaids. You're gonna rule over your oppressed serfs. How you own the Diamond District, you own Hollywood, you own Big Pharma, you own the movie industry, but you own all of this.
Correct.
The only oppressor that you might have had was damn Hitler. So I guess it's gonna be Jewish people. Why ain't the Germans in Israel right now then? Where's the strangers that cleaved unto you when you got the land, and they're your servants and handmaids right now? Yo, Erie been coming with the cuts all day. What's up?
Right.
What's up? Right? Like, come on, man.
Hey,
right?
that's a fact, Judah. Hey, that's a fact. That's a fact because look, right now, according to their knowledge in this breakdown, they should have the Germans in captivity right now. The same people that perpetrated the Holocaust should be their slaves right now.
Because that's the only oppressor I know them to have.
Hey, that's a fact.
Maybe I'm tripping. I'm gonna pull this thing up real quick, and y'all talk real quick. I'm gonna pull this up real quick.
Come on. Hey, that you cannot get away when you actually go into these scriptures. Like that's why the Most High used prophecy,
right?
Right, because you can duplicate and try to usurp somebody's culture. You can try to usurp their religion. You can usurp X, Y, and Z, but you can't do nothing about prophecy.
Right.
The Most High got those prophecies lined up so smooth. You can't get away from it. Like, think about it. Imagine there being another group of people that no matter what they do, we can sag our pants below our knee. The whole world will follow that. Right. Imagine there being a group of people that got the prophecy on them like that to where you do something stupid and people follow you.
Mm-hmm.
Now imagine you flip that around and the Most High put us in the right spirit. It's gonna be easy to turn this earth around, man.
Right.
If we got the spiritual powers and we moving in the spirit, man. And I'm gonna speak as a man, but we just glowing like Bruce Leroy off of the Last Dragon.
Last Dragon.
You know what I'm saying? Like we walking around with the glow, man.
God.
And heathens just running up like, yo, I want to follow you. Whatever you do, I'm gonna do it because they've been following us anyway.
Right.
Hey, this is definitely going to be a part 2 for sure. Right? For sure. That clip is cold. I ain't see that. That joke's cold. We bring that out.
Yeah, let's do it.
We're definitely going to bring that out. Hey, Tabernacle of David. I got it, King. I'll put that on the part 2. The water for that. All right. Now, we're going to do 2 clips. I got to do 2 because it's going to lead me into it. We're going to do this clip that Boaz got from. First, we got to get this. And then we're going to do these 2 clips. We're going to wrap it up, man. So, this is the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance, right? It says that IHRA is the only intergovernmental organization mandated to focus solely on Holocaust-related issues. So with evidence that the scourge of anti-Semitism is once again on the rise, we resolve to take the leading role in combating it. But to begin to address the problem of anti-Semitism, there must be a clarity about what anti-Semitism is. Okay. The working definition of anti-Semitism in the spirit of Stockholm Declaration that states, with humanity still scarred by blah, 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 anti-Semitism and xenophobia, the international community shares a solemn responsibility to fight those evils, right? Let's go.
You're not trying to share that, are you?
I thought I was sharing.
Nah, you're not sharing it.
Wow, it says I'm sharing it.
Yeah, it's not. It's not sharing. Hold on.
Is it up there now? No, it's add the stream. Now it should. What's going on, bro? See.
Yeah.
Y'all on the media, y'all trying to, you know what I'm saying? All right, so let's go into it, right? Real quick, let's go into what the IHRA says that anti-Semitism is. Contemporary examples of anti-Semitism in public life, the media, schools, workplace, and religious sphere could, taking into account the overall context, include but are not limited to, which means it could be this and anything else we come up with, right? Calling for or aiding or justifying the killing or harming of Jews in the name of radical ideology or extremist view of religion. This is where they try to put us into play. And that doesn't apply to us at all. We've never said raise up arms against nobody, but this is where they try to throw us in there. They try to put us between the lines, right? There's a few places in here where they try to put us in. Making mendacious, dehumanizing, demonizing, or stereotypical allegations about Jews, such as or the power of Jews as collective. I hope I read that correctly. Such as especially, but not exclusively, the myth about a world Jewish conspiracy. They tell it on themselves in this.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, how they even know to say that? Like, what you talking about?
Oh, man. Oh, watch this. Or of the Jews controlling the media, economy, government, or other societal institutions. Dog, are you stupid or are you dumb? That's the question I got. Are you stupid or are you dumb? Did we not just go over AIPAC?
Right.
Tell me in the chat. You can say con or you can say la'a in the chat. It says part of anti-Semitism is talking about a myth about a world Jewish conspiracy, control of the media, economy, or government, or societal institutions. Is AIPAC not one of those?
And they're the #1 recipient of U.S. foreign aid on the planet Earth.
So that goes into economy, government, and societal institutions. Did we not just prove that? Put it in the chat. You can say like if we didn't, because I did.
Hey, that's like you playing spades, and they're taking your ace of spades out your hand. You can't use this ace. You can't use that.
Nah.
We're gonna play cards, but you can't use none of your spades.
Right. The big joker, no, we don't use big jokers.
Yeah, we don't do that. We don't play that.
You know what I'm saying? Right? Right. So just don't say nothing about Jewish people. Like, bro, the hypocrisy, man. Right? Let's keep going. Right? Another thing of anti-Semitism is, according to these people, accusing Jews as a people being responsible for real or imagined wrongdoing committed by a single Jewish person or group for acts committed by non-Jews. That don't make sense.
It don't.
So you can't accuse nobody of nothing then, because they say don't accuse Jews for nothing. Then don't accuse non-Jews for nothing. That don't make sense. But we can bring it out, because I know Jonathan and Aharon got a class. I'll let them bring it out if that's going to be part of their class. Right?
Mm-hmm.
He said 2 of diamond and 2 of spade going too. Now we play Joker, Deuce, Ace, man. Joker, Deuce, Ace. That 2 of diamond, it doesn't hold no weight. All right? Now, for my spades players. All right? Mm-hmm. Did not the Jews finance and ensure finance the slave ships and put insurance on the cargo,
Right.
which was these slaves.
Right.
Yeah.
Can we not bring that out? So, we'll bring it out in the class just so everybody knows a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Let's see. Denying the fact, scope, mechanisms, gas chambers, or intentionally the genocide of Jewish people at the hands of German people. Okay, cool. The accusing the Jews as a people or Israel as a state of inventing or exaggerating the Holocaust.
Now that's madness right there.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta do you not realize they change history books every year in schools?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They change scientific facts every year in school. Pluto used to be a planet, and then at some point it just wasn't a planet no more. And then now they're like, oh well, you know what? I think it's coming back into orbit. Right? Facts change, bro. Like historical facts, you get more information. Research becomes better, and now more things can be uncovered. More information is released over time. So nobody can say, well, you know, the numbers wasn't right. That's what they're telling you. They're telling you cannot go back and redact what they said. What I said goes, and that's the end of it. And if you don't accept that, we're going to send you to Holocaust damn remembrance training.
Right.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
That don't work with nothing. I can't leave my house and be like, yo, don't ask me if I'm smoking weed in my car. Like, I can't tell a policeman that. Even if he see you doing it,
right.
You can't ask me about that.
Yeah,
Nah, that's off limits. That's madness. Beforehand, you're gonna tell us what we can't do. That don't make no sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. The weed example wasn't good. Hey, you on mute,
You on mute, Adwai.
Yo, I'm sorry, yo. These people are idiots, yo. These people are idiots, bro. So when Yahushua, it was Yahushua and what's the other brother name? His name was Jesus too, but forgot the surname, right?
Yeah.
And it was Pilate, correct?
You talking about Barabbas?
Yes.
Okay.
Barabbas. I'm tripping. So was it Pilate, right?
Mm-hmm.
That said, yo, who do you want me to free? Right?
Correct.
Who was the one that said free Barabbas? Who was those people who said that? It said, let the blood be on our hands. What nation of people said that?
Hey, that was the Israelites, man.
Oh, it was, wasn't it? That's what anti-Semitism also is.
Correct.
Right? Using symbols and images associated with classic anti-Semitism. Claims Jews killing Jesus.
These
niggas are stupid. I'm done with this. Niggas are dumb.
Yo, and then they say they say you can't use certain symbols. So if we want to really be technical, right? This how you know that don't hold no weight. That means that you can't use the cross because they killed plenty of Jews in the Inquisition. Mm-hmm. They killed plenty of Jews throughout history, right? Under the banner of the cross, man.
Hey, man.
That should be a cut.
Yo, these people are stupid. Right? You so smart, you stupid. Like, and there was another one, but I'm not even about to do that. Like, I'm not even going there. We gonna get these clips, man. We gonna get up out of here. All right, this is a clip that Brother Boaz brought up. It's gonna lead me perfectly into the one of Farrakhan, because he's kind of sort of going into the same thing about his conversation with a Jewish rabbi. We're gonna get off this thing, man. All right, I believe this was a beautiful class. We learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? We learned a lot as we were teaching. So that was beautiful, man. This was a good class. All right. So, come on, let's get into it, man. Let's see what the brothers from shout out to the brothers from Patient Sage Radio at IUIC, man. Shout out to them. They always digging something up, man. Why can't I find this stuff? Right? Right? But hey, the Lord puts the spirit on brothers to do different things, man.
That's right.
So, and we would be stupid if we didn't use some of this stuff, man, that brothers is bringing out. So let's see what the brothers have dug up.
hear it again. This was in the 1940s.
It's playing by manual.
Wow.
They got a whole
They got a playbook against you Negroes.
Right.
Play it again.
In 1943, the following directive was issued from party headquarters to all communists in the United States. It read, "When certain obstructionists become too irritating, label them after suitable buildups as fascist or Nazi or anti-Semitic, and use the prestige of anti-fascist and tolerance organizations to discredit them. In the public mind, constantly associate those who oppose us with those names which already have a bad smell. The association will, after enough repetition, become fact in the public mind."
Stop. It says, label those that are basically a nuisance in society. Label them with the labels that already have a bad stench to them. Oh, anti-Semitic. Oh, you hate people. Oh, separatist group. Oh, this and that. Then it says, you say it often enough, it becomes people's reality and people's truth. That's why if you ever see Israelites in the news, IURC in the news, they have to, and a good example of this is 2018 with the march, with the 800-man march, right? We first got on the news for the march. They didn't put the SPLC little thing out. They recanted the story, took it off the air, and put it back on the air with the little SPLC state. Oh, this group is labeled by the SPLC as a hate group, and this and that, and a separatist group, and blah, 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 blah. You understand? That's what listen, they ain't changed the playbook since the 40s, y'all.
Right.
They're going by a playbook.
Hey, man, hey, all praises to the Lord, man.
Yeah.
All right, hey, man, that's crazy. He just basically showed, hey, man, accuse these people of just put that label on them and watch what happens. Right? Kind of goes into the same thing. He was at a dinner at a rabbi's house with Shaquille O'Neal, and something similar happened to him. All right, we're gonna bring this out, and then we're gonna end the class, man. Let's see what the brother Farrakhan had to say.
Our own brother, because he did something for a principle.
It's a slight echo.
You will too.
Con. So I know what that is.
It was going on in the last video, but I wasn't sure if it was the video or not.
Did y'all hear that smoothly on that last video? Put a 7 in the chat if y'all heard that last video cleanly. All right, this one should be good. I forgot to hit the little button so it won't echo. So here you go.
Our own brother, because he did something for a principle. You will too. Life is bigger than paper with a white man's image on it. Life is bigger than a nice house and a nice car and a lot of bling bling. Life is bigger than an Oscar. Life is bigger than a belt. Life is bigger than something that says I am the best at what I do. I'm the most valuable player, or my team won. But as a people, we are losing. We cannot afford to lose any of you. You are our kith and our kin, our flesh and our blood.
And I implore y'all, I was gonna bring it out today, but look at that little message that Kyrie, who's in a blue hoodie, right? That message that Kyrie put out on TikTok or Instagram Live, I believe it was. He was saying the same thing. Now Kyrie's kind of lost. He was like, I'm just a star in the universe. I'm a star seed that was sent back. Whatever, okay, chew the meat, spit out the bones. But he was saying the same thing. Us as a people are losing, right? Because we don't know who we are, right? Hey, I just want y'all to just check that out on your own time.
And so I wanted to say something to help us to come together rather than break apart.
Mm.
Because it's Ye and Kyrie today. But what they're doing to them is to make you, who are in the good graces of them, so you think. You see what we just did? Ye lost $2 billion in a few days. You might wonder, did he really have it? He lost that much that soon? You know when you signed a contract with him. I don't know what's in the contract, but you do. So evidently, Adidas and all the companies that Brother Kanye is signed to or was signed to until Mr. Ari Emanuel told everybody just drop him. Beloved brothers and sisters, look, your day is soon coming. I'm asking you stop beating each other up in the public. Stop doing that. But of course, that's what the master wants us to do.
To that point.
Yeah.
To that point. Those of y'all super Hebrew Israelites, I'm going to bring it back out. Super Hebrew Israelite man, woman, and child. You came into this truth, you was perfect already. You knew the Bible from back to front, Apocrypha included. You was doing all your feast days right. You knew all the damn prayers in Hebrew.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't stutter at none of the words. You knew the Adonai Palau from back to front. Right? Don't be openly bashing these brothers who are on their way to finding the truth, or who have some of it, but they just ain't there yet. Pray that the Most High gives it to them. That's what you're supposed to do. Don't be out here doing that, and you can't bashing Negroes. Stop it. This is the time where we don't need to be bashing y'all. Y'all don't need to be bashing us. This camp don't need to be bashing that camp. This camp don't need to be banging on this camp. This ain't the time, bro. Y'all can ruin something, and niggas know how to ruin something.
Yeah.
When it's time for us to come together, we real good at doing that. And just like he said, that's what the master want. Because people are going to come in because of this. Right. People are going to come in, but as soon as they see the confusion, y'all the niggas, just like the church, yep, all right, yeah, that sounds good, but I'm going to stay over here.
Mm-hmm.
Real soon, I'm going to come up with a class. I'm going to come out with a class that's called You the Reason They Fell Out the Truth. Now, you know man's going to up the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
We have a good way of pushing people away.
Mm-hmm.
We think we damn perfect, man. Right? I'm gonna let them keep going. If anybody got a precept, you can bring it out.
I got a precept.
Bring it out.
It's the book of 1 Peter, chapter 3, and verse 8. It says, finally, be ye all of one mind, having compassion one of another. Love as brethren, be pitiful, be courteous. Just like the Adonai's kicking, man, we need to come together. Don't be the Negroes that's going to go against your brother, and then you tear this whole thing down.
Right.
Because the same thing, like that video that you was talking about with Kyrie, I watched that and I shared it with Adonai Yonatan because I was like, yo, what he kicking, there's some points in here at these certain markers, and I sent all that information over to him because I'm like, we can touch on this information for real. Because in between the stuff that he's saying, like you said, take the meat and spit out the bones, there's some stuff that he's saying that we really need to adhere to.
That's right.
But I yield.
It's a fact, man. Hey, man, be smart, dog. Be smart in this thing. Right? Let's let him keep going.
There's a slave here that's getting out of place, and teach him a lesson. Beat him up. I'm saying to you, don't do that. Call your brother. Come and sit down with us. Tell us about this movie. I understand that Brother Shaq, Keel, O'Neal put it up in his theater. Go see it. You don't want to read Secret Relationship with Blacks and Jews that we financed, we researched. Yes, sir. And you told me when we sat down. We had dinner together in the home of the Jewish rabbi. I went, others went. I brought some of my people, and there were two rabbis. There was Irv Kupcinet, great reporter for the Chicago Sun-Times. And after we had a beautiful dinner together, we looked like we were going to be on a page together where the controversy could stop. But the rabbi said to me, this is love fest.
Watch what he's about to say. This is important.
That is near the end of the dinner. But then he reached in his pocket and pulled out an envelope and said, but this is tough love. We want something from you. And they said, Minister, we have to watch you over a protracted time.
And now remember what they're doing to Kyrie. Remember what they're doing to Kyrie. And remember what that video that the brothers from IUIC played. Right? Keep that in mind.
To make sure that you've changed. Then we had just put out the first volume of The Secret Relationship Between Blacks and Jews. And you all told me, we want you to renounce this book because it's a great calumny against the Jewish people. You said that to me. You said to me, nobody that is deemed an enemy to the Jewish people is ever written of well in history.
Now we gotta see what calumny means. We can't let that go. Quite honestly, I got it right here, King. Okay. I got it right here. You can read it off the screen. Here, go right here. You see that?
Yeah, Khan. It says calumny, the making of false and defamatory statements about someone in order to damage their reputation. Slander.
Right? He's saying, hey, you trying to damage our reputation right now. Right? Trying to say that it's false. Right? But what it is the damaging of character. Right? So he's saying, hey, man, what you're saying is a great calumny, a damaging of our character to our people. Right? Let's let them keep going. Go ahead, King.
Real quick. It's interesting how they use certain words like that, and we don't be knowing what's going on. You just listen to it, and you don't understand the definition of the word. But when you actually read it, you see what's happening. That's why I've become privy to more of like looking up certain words, because it'd be like they'll use words that people don't commonly use on a regular daily basis, and it actually means something.
Yeah, and try to slip it past you. Yeah,
That's hitting you with a charge. That's like really hitting you with a false charge. And if you don't know what that word means, it's really a calumny to your character.
Right.
But you just, oh yeah, you know, he's telling you, hey bro, that's defamation. I can sue you. You know what I'm saying? Right. Let's let him keep going.
You know, you control much of the publishing industry. So if you write the books, your people are heavily placed in the media. So when you all get ready to dog us out, you call those in that you pay. Then you told me that if I did all the things that you all asked me to do,
watch this,
you would clean up my image.
Is that not what they said on that video on IUIC?
Yeah, that's the playbook.
Yeah, that's the playbook right there. That's the other side to it. If they're not doing what you want, label them as this. He's telling Farrakhan, if you do what I asked you to do, and we watch you over this protracted period of time, you like you've changed, right? Hey, we'll clean up your name. How can they clean up somebody's name if they don't own the media?
Right. Hey, see, that's a cut. And they did the same thing to Kanye, right? Because they told that dude hit Kanye in the DMs and was like, yo, we can have this conversation, or I'm gonna just medicate the crap out of you and you're gonna go back to zombie land. Right? Wow. So how do you have the power? How is it that you just coincidentally have people in each one of these positions of power to where you can get to a Farrakhan? Farrakhan not a small guy, man.
Right.
Kanye West, you got people in the back pocket just waiting for all these people. You know what I mean? Like that's not no coincidence, man.
That's right. That's right. Now that was some MK Ultra type stuff. I'm gonna medicate you to death.
Yeah.
Right. But remember one of the terms of anti-Semitism was saying that they control the media.
Correct. So you can't bring that up. It can't be that. You might have a point, but you can't bring that up.
So what he just said was anti-Semitic, according to their definition.
Correct.
You see how asinine this is? He got a little bit more. He almost done. Oh, it's frozen.
There it is.
You knew you dirtied it.
Ooh.
But I'm not going to beg and bow to you to clean up my image. God is sufficient for me. And God is sufficient for Kyrie and Ye. And God is sufficient for everyone who has been made a millionaire, a multimillionaire, a billionaire. And then you call your man at Phillips and tell them, put it in the book that there's a new billionaire black kid on the block. There's Miss Oprah, one of the most beautiful women you could ever have as a friend. But now she has something to lose if she's not careful. Careful means you have to guard your mouth. So you used to be able to open it.
Say it again, Farrakhan.
I'm going to do that again. You used to be able to open it. Now when they pull that chain, now you can't find your voice. You're afraid. When fear grips you because you think you're going to lose something that's dear to you, so you don't want to venture out because you're afraid. I say this, dear beloved, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. To resist means to withstand the action or the effect of. Because if you stand and fight with truth and unity, you'll never lose even what you got. They don't want to be shown up. They want to put fear into you. And they do have power to hurt us. And God has plenty of power to hurt them.
All right, come, right? So now I'm gonna end with 2 precepts unless a brother got another one. Right? Give me Sirach 12 and 10, and give me Psalms 49 and 17.
I get Psalms 49 out of 1.
Khan, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Hey man, you can't trust these people, man. All these black people that we see, the anti-Semitic, you can't trust these people, dog. We know the love of money is the root of all evil, and we see like even he was describing the love of money, man. That they pulling your chain when they start talking about that money, right? This is why the Bible says, "Give me neither poverty." Was it Joshua? Give me neither poverty nor riches, right? Right? Just give me enough to sustain me.
Correct.
All right? Because if I get too much, I'm gonna forget you. That's what he said. And I bet you all these people believed in God and they feared God when they was broke. But that money became their God. All right?
Right.
Now I'm just gonna get a piece of this precept. So we're just gonna read verse 17 in Psalms 49.
Khan, it's the book of Psalms, chapter 49 and verse 17. For when he dieth, he shall carry nothing away. His glory shall not descend after him.
So when you die, you can't carry that money with you, right? Your esteem doesn't come with you. Your popularity doesn't come with you. Who you was on the earth don't come with you. You was that guy on earth. That mess don't matter. It don't hold no weight, bro. Right? That's why that's why the Bible says, "What profit the man to gain the world and lose his soul," man.
Mm-hmm.
Going back into selling your soul again, man. Throwing your people under the bus, you selling your soul. Right? LeBron caught a lot of backlash for what he did. I inboxed LeBron on IG. Because I know they be on their IG, so it's like, bro, I know you're not going to respond. Just let this sizzle in your spirit a little bit.
Right.
Just let it sizzle in your spirit a little bit.
Spirit.
Yeah, let it sizzle in your spirit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man. And then he tried to come out, I think what they do to Kyrie is excessive. Nah, bro, you did it already, dog.
Right.
You should have stood on business in the beginning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's right. Just keep your daggone mouth shut like KD did. Feel me? Right? So, man, with that, man, I hope brothers and sisters enjoyed the class. I hope you learned a lot. We will do a part 2, maybe. Just going into some of the other videos that we had. We didn't really have too much left to go into. The Most High kind of guided this class a certain type of way. So I think it went exactly how it's supposed to. All right. If you haven't already done so, like the video when you come into the building or on your way out of the building. You see what I'm saying? Make sure you subscribe to all our channels. This channel, North Carolina, Alabama, and San Francisco. All right. And with that, we are the sons of Thunder Israelites. It's our heart's prayer and desire that all Israel be saved. Shalom.
Shalom.